Now, for those of you who don't know what pre-life is, I'm just gonna give you a quick introduction, and we jump into pre-life, and then we well seasoned up with the secret ingredient dropping in for the Saturday stew. We're inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, call an enemy, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends. Call everybody, tell them the Saturday stew is on Reggae Global Radio, on the Foundation Radio Network, and for the moment on Facebook Live. So call everybody, share with everybody, tell everybody the secret ingredient coming up. But before that, let me do this.
Yes, my people, check out I Red Funks on Reggae Global Radio every Saturday at 8 p.m. with Kev Stew. We'll give you a pre-life, brand new, good for you. Kick it like a... I say I'm full, more than a cup full, make it spill, overfill, live for long, pre-life. I am that I am some mark, so is I. Am I a Christian or a Rastafari? Say them off, you know them need to identify who is him, how him grow, who him praise and why. First thing first, God is you, God is I. God is not a religion or a person in the sky. In the beginning was the word, the universe never lie. What you think is what you are, keep your mind on a high. Moses get a vision from Mount Sinai. Those 10 commandments I try to live by. Read up Proverbs, wisdom multiply. King Solomon words are like food to the eye. Well, Christ have a teacher, he is the humble lamb. Seek and you'll find, those words are never wrong. Ask and it shall be given, listen to the song. Knock and it shall be open, you don't have to wait long. Take it to the book of Revelation. King of King, Lord of Lords, conquering lion. Root of King David, the Ethiopian. Prince of Peace, the one and only one. Haile Selassie, the little short man, defender of the Christian faith. Who overstand, some still don't believe the reincarnation. That Jesus show himself as an African. Marcus Garvey, the general from outer Senton, who came to America and lead out the clan. One aim, one God, one destination. I him bring black man liberation. Self-reliance, self-confidence, repatriation. Take we out of Rome and free we from the Vatican. Remember Malcolm X, he was a Islam. I him make me right born again black man. Martin Luther King Jr., he was a Christian. Preach peace, love to all humans. Fight for Jews, Gentiles and Protestants. Fight for Catholics, no he never response. One love all the way, we don't keep distance. We ask me who I am, take another glance. I and I is God in flesh give thanks. I and I, God in flesh give thanks. I and I, God in flesh give thanks. I and I, God in flesh give thanks. Pray life.
Pre-life, up full, get your cup full. And as I sit here right now, bringing to you at this moment, oh, y'all can't see me. Y'all still looking at Red Fox. Alright, we're going to fix that. Here I am. Alright, so now y'all can see me. And at this moment, I present to you, without further ado, the man of the moment coming into season the Saturday stew. You see, Red Fox inspire me, you know. I come in with all heap of relics and thing, well inspired by Red Fox. So, without further ado, I bring to you the secret ingredient on the Saturday stew. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Paul Anthony. One sprinkler seasoning.
Yo, I go on. Read it.
I love it. Hey, Paul, welcome to Reggae Global Radio. Welcome to the Saturday stew, brethren. Glad you could join us. Glad you could hang out with us.
Me too, man.
How you doing? How you doing, brethren?
Doing all right, you know, just hanging in there, like doing the best I can, you know, just like everyone.
Nice. Now,
how about you? How you doing?
I can't complain. At all. Things have been good. I've been blessed by the best and fazed by none. Really. You know, they try to test, but they can't really get there. You know? But I really feel in a rhyming mood today. Why, every time I hear pre-life, every time I hear one of Red Fox's pre-life, I just get, you just want to write something or you just want to rhyme something, you know?
Yeah.
But for those that
missed it, freestyle or something.
Every week I get one, and I'm like, yo, Red Fox, sick. you
So
know?
wait, yeah, artists are
Red Fox?
you?
Me?
Yeah.
The only art I do is watch Sea Virgin. Well, no, on a serious note, I am trained as a musician, so
Nice.
I do play a couple instruments, and
Oh, cool. Nice.
and every now and then
Knew that.
I might pen something, and every now and then I might create something. So the art is the life that is within me.
It's a nice outlet, you know. Like that's of course my favorite, you know, art form. Like that's what I'm well versed in, I guess you could say.
Well, tell us about it, because there are some people that are meeting you for the first time. So you can say hello to the Reggae Global family, of which you are now officially a part of.
Greetings,
And-
everyone. Reggae Global. This is Paul Anthony. What were you saying? Finish your thought. What were you saying?
And just so that you know, reggaeglobalradio.com, you just jump on there, you'll see the chat room. If you go on the website, you see the chat room. If you download the app, which is recommended that you do like everybody else, download the app. And you have Reggae Global with you all the time. But jump in the chat room, interact with the people. People all over are locked in right now, from Italy, from Spain, from Africa, from Peru, from China, from Ghana. Oh, Ghana in Africa. All
Worldwide
over.
thing. This a worldwide thing.
Best
Peace.
believe. And the people that listen to me from time to time, whether it just be the Saturday stew or they listen to me in the week on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, they will hear a Paul Anthony tune here and there, and they would say, boy, this guy, who is this guy? So for the Saturday stew and the secret ingredient, you being the secret ingredient, we get to introduce this guy. And we don't have all night, we just have a few minutes, but it's your few minutes. So
Okay.
tell the family on Reggae Global Radio, on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Tell the family, who is Paul Anthony?
Paul Anthony is a artist. Paul Anthony is, the son of Pat Satchmo, another reggae rocksteady artist from Jamaica. I am, I guess you could say carrying the torch in a way in like the dance hall reggae crossover type realm. Songwriter first. I started writing poetry songs at like 12 years old. I'll be 32 this year, so I've been doing it for a while. Recorded my first song at age 16. I pretty much like all the music I do is like recorded by me. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, independent artist, just doing my thing, just making my music, you know what I mean? Yeah, just trying to share my, my perspectives with the world through music. And just making my mark,
Did you get into it because your father is into it?
I mean, I guess that's a part of it. I guess it's like not an easy in, but it's like when your father, like I look up to my father, just
right.
As a person and as an artist. Like I think he's very talented as an artist, like just and I don't say that biasly, like I just think he's talented, has a great voice, and
right.
And as a man too, like I look up to him, like he's a stand-up person, he's a generous person, like he has admirable qualities. So
right. Yeah.
Somebody like that who's involved with music, like it's kind of like almost automatic. As a young boy, you watch your father do that, and you look up to him, and you're like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? That's definitely a part of it. But I just have a love for it. Like I love connecting with people, and somebody saying my song meant something to them, or made them think a different way, or you know what I mean, just in a positive way. Like I try to, I know some of my music, it's a little profane here and there, but like I try to keep the overall message positive and not, derogatory.
Which music have profanity in it? I don't know any tunes that have profanity. Which one?
Some little like sprinkling, like the seasoning, just seasoned it up with two,
It might be suggestive, but I haven't heard a Paul Anthony tune that is profane. I I
Yeah,
don't
not the
know.
radio versions.
Oh, so well that must be it because
Yeah,
yeah,
I make the radio friendly versions, and you know what I mean, and
got you,
just so there's
got you.
no issues. You playing it one day and you say, whoa, like you don't want to like
Yeah,
get you in a trouble or nothing. So
all of a sudden
yeah,
I hear chiching and it's not money coming in, it's money going out because I have some fine to pay.
yeah, man.
Right.
So yeah, man. So yeah. So that's me, and my dad is from Jamaica. My mom is from Canada.
Hmm.
They met in Canada. My dad, like, he toured. When he first came from Jamaica, he went to Brooklyn in 1972, and toured with a band there called the Wild Bunch. And they used to tour from Brooklyn to Connecticut to Toronto. And they used to back up like Alton Ellis, Ken Booth, like work with Jackie Mittoo. They opened for the Wailers, Bob Marley in 1975.
Nice.
So yeah, like my parents met in Canada, and they ended up here, and I was born actually here in Florida. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's why you hear my little Jamaican
yeah, it
thing.
pops in and out. Someone on the live saying Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn. That pops can tell you about that when he come on next time.
It,
You know, yeah, Fulton and Nostrand, or yeah, that's where he's. I think that's where his spot.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Um,
But me don't know nothing about that. But him can't tell you. You know what I mean?
then I'm sure you pop into some of these places every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
What inspires your writings, Paul? Your
Mm.
music.
Yeah, like I think anything, like I could say life generally, but more specifically like love, new love, heartbreak. Um, I also like to transport myself into different periods in my life and talk about things I've gone through, situations I've seen people go through. You know what I mean? Just all kind of things, just life, man. Just
Yeah.
it started as when I was young, it started as a way to get my thoughts out on paper, and not be so in my head like as a kid, and just kind of like, let out my feelings, like a therapy, you know.
Well,
So
hey, you know what? I can relate because music is therapy to me too. So I can relate to that. But you have taken it a step further. So you started writing from you were younger. You
young, yeah, I was inspired. I had a group of friends who like wrote raps and poems, and I was like inspired by that, so I
right.
started writing my own stuff, and like that's really like and even over this pandemic I've been doing a lot of writing, like
Mm,
more than usual, you know what I mean, and
right.
working with people all over, like virtually, and so it's just like I've really been like honing in on my craft of being a songwriter, not just for myself, but with other people as well,
Right. So
other artists.
big ups to everybody healing up Paul in the Reggae Global chat room on Reggae Global Radio right now. Lorraine, big ups to you. Paul in Jamaica. Melly, VP, big ups to you. The tiny lawyer with a
All
big
right,
heart.
wicked.
Melissa is saying hi to you, Paul.
Hey, Melissa,
I
all
don't know.
right.
I don't know if you know Melly, Joanna Marie's daughter.
I never met her. I don't know if I met her, but I've seen her on the Reggae Global,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah. So it's always good to interact with your family. You need to get to know your relatives.
Oh, true. That's right, man.
Right?
Yeah,
Pe-
definitely.
people on the live, Tina is saying, New York, Brooklyn, grew up there. Big ups.
What? My.
Yeah, yeah, y'all can stay there. I like the warmth of South Florida all year round and the 2 days of winter that we experience. Since I'm not in
Yeah, yeah.
Jamaica to have it the way how I like it all the time.
Yep.
So, at what point did you realize you could sing, Paul? Or DJ or rap as the case may be? Because I know you freestyle every now and then.
Yeah, freestyle, not so much. I'm more like plan what I'm gonna say. Like I'm a songwriter.
Oh,
Like I approach it like mindfully. Um, but I would say that I started out more as a DJ, like rap. I was involved in like I don't know if you remember P Diddy making the band.
Yeah.
Like where they had like the rappers, and they had the one Dylon,
Right.
and they had like the singer.
Right.
Well, I had that in middle school. I was a part of a group like that. I was the Dylon, Dylon. I'm a spit hot fire, you know, So yeah, I was like the Dylon. So like, I always like was a little melodic with my flow because Sean Paul was like a big influence on me, and like
right.
Like melodic rap style, so like, but I was more focused on the DJing at first, like the rap, and it wasn't until I started working with Jamusa from Waves, and that was like when I was 21, I think, like 10 years ago. I mean, we were working on some projects like I Girl, which got picked up from VP Records on a compilation. But he was kind of like the one that like pushed me to like sing more, like he was like, I mean, you have a voice, so you can sing, like incorporate more singing in your music. And, I was kind of doing it already, but like he really like made me conscious about it and be like, yo, like, you need to work on your voice, like develop your voice,
Right.
So like, all I know, like, say like me, I try sing, but me DJ good,
Right.
Like,
Right.
So like, yeah, like even with my band, like I sing, but I consider myself a stronger like DJ, still, but I work on it, it's getting better,
Well, you do what you feel comfortable doing, and you'll soar, because that ends up being your little pocket thing, your little niche market right there, and you just sit in your pocket and do your thing.
True.
So,
definitely.
Who are some of the people that, since you started out in the business, and in fact, before I get to who you started, who are some of the people that you've worked with? Your first recording, when you heard your first recording play on the radio, what was that like for you?
It was young, I mean, 'cause I started young, so like, I've been doing music for years, so like,
right.
I think I was maybe 16 or 17. My song, it was called "I'm a Superstar," and it was played on X102.3 in West Palm.
Okay.
It was like a local segment, and I was like, it was playing like every week, like people liked it and was like saying, keep that in rotation. It played for like 10 weeks. And I was just like, it was just crazy. Like, I don't know, like that, being so young and hearing my song on the radio, like, it was just, that was an experience. Like, shout out to Butter P. I know she's not on there anymore. They don't even have that. I don't think they even play like local music or hip hop on there anymore, but like, that was just, that was crazy. Like the first time.
Did you feel like you have arrived? Like, I'm a star. No, I'm on the radio.
Not at all. Oh, then maybe a little bit. No, but now, like, I don't know. I don't think of myself that way. I think of myself as on a journey. I'm always on the journey, and it's like, I try to, my philosophy is kind of to like improve and be perseverance times growth equals success.
Right.
Because like, I mean, you can keep doing it, but I feel like you always have to try to learn things to improve, and that's what I'm doing. Like every time I write something, I push myself to improve or do something different, or like take feedback from people and like, just incorporate it.
Right.
And try to be better always. So yeah, I don't think of myself as I've made it. I haven't had that moment really yet. I don't think like
even with our Grammy nomination.
It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling for sure. It's a nice, very like, you know what I mean? But,
all right, so
like I've had like I've had
Tell us about it. Tell us about the Grammy nomination.
No, I'll get to that. I'll get to it in a minute. But I was just saying, like, I've had like great things happen for me, and like in that moment, you know what I mean. You feel good about it, of course. Like, But yeah, like I never think like the work is done, or like kick up my feet and like I made it. You know, them type of way.
Right.
But yeah, like, you know what I mean? Just big up the Whalers and Emilio Estefan, who I worked with on the 2 songs on the album Philosophy of Life and Only in Jamaica. Yeah, I went in there in 2019 to Emilio's studio. Somebody called me, like one of my homegirls, Nikki Kidd, called me. One day I was on a gig, you know, just it's like this is one of those things, I think, like where perseverance, like staying on the journey, helped me, because it's like, okay, like I guess Emilio was looking for a reggae rapper or like a songwriter.
Right.
So since she knows I do what I do, she called me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's just one of those things. Like, you know, I was like, you're aware of me. You know, I do that, and you heard that there was a need for it, so you called me. And you know what I mean? I got the call when I was at a gig, and the next day I was in the studio with Emilio, working on the album. You know what I mean? So.
And boom, it went up for a nomination and.
Went for a nomination, and the funny thing is, I wasn't even supposed to be featured on the album. Like those things that I did was like demo. It was supposed to be a demo, and you know, I got a call later from one of Emilio's people saying that the Whalers like my vocals and they decided to keep it on the project. So I was like that, yeah, like I felt great, you know, like that felt nice, you know, like I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to just do the demo and somebody revoice it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. With the hope that you get a call back, right?
Huh?
With the hope that you get a call back.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, just, you know, we met, we worked together, we built, you know, we have a relationship or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm definitely happy how that turned out, and you know, shout out to Toots, you know, rest in peace, winning the Grammy. That was nice. You know, even though Whalers didn't win, I was happy to see Toots win.
Yeah.
You know, for the lifelong, like, hard work that he put into this music, and like influence that he had on, you know, my father and me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if like the scene in Harder They Come, where Toots was in the studio,
right,
singing Sweet and Dandy. My dad was in the studio too in that scene. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So like, there's like a scene where my dad's in the studio vibing while like Jimmy Cliff walks in, and like Toots and the Maytals are singing that Sweet and Dandy.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, that was nice. You know what I mean?
See that's nice right there. It would have been good to have Satchmo, you know, pop in and say hi to us, but we're going to arrange for that one, because that's something for people to look out for, because that's a little bit of history in the reggae music business right there. Pat Satchmo, living history, you know.
Yep.
And we have the offshoot of that history as a secret ingredient right now, you know. So
somebody, a DJ, TC, when he introduced me one time at the garden, he called me a collaboration. Because he was talking about like my parents like met and collaborated and made me. So I'm a collaboration,
right
from my parents. So I like that one. So, shout out to TC.
Yeah, man.
I don't forget that.
I always have shout outs and much respect for TC. TC was the first person to put me on radio.
Nice.
First of all, he was the first person to play me on radio, because I used to make remixes. And I called him up. And the next day after I called him up, he played some of my remixes in his lunchtime mix.
That's awesome.
And
wicked.
From that day till now, I've remained close to TC. I'll call him my brother. No matter what, I'll call him my brother. He was where the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew started on Flex FM. And even after I left Flex FM and I went away for a year to Chicago, came back, and boom, I started doing night shift independently. Much love to TC, much respect to TC, nonetheless, always supporting Flex FM. So, yeah, man, TC is good peoples.
There you go. Yeah, man, every time, yo.
Yeah, man. So when you have someone like Pat Satchmo looking up to as an artist, but also as a father, do you feel pressured in doing what you do?
No, I don't feel pressure. I don't feel pressure from him. I don't feel pressure to like, uh, I don't know. I guess you say impress him or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
because he's always been very like supportive and like, you know, he teaches me things about the game. Like sometimes without even saying. Like he's a type that like leads by example. Like, you know what I mean? Very kind, very generous, gets along with people. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? A professional, like a professional entertainer. Like I learned how to be professional from my father. Like he's just, you know what I mean? Just an all around class act.
Yeah.
But like, even though like, our styles are different, you know, he's always like supported me. He's always, encouraged me, you know what I mean? So I'm thankful for that. You know, I mean, it's never been a pressure thing. I think the pressure probably came later. Like the pressure came later. Like, and it's pressure that I put on myself. You know, it's not pressure that anybody really puts on me.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like
No.
pressure
I get
to
it.
deliver, pressure to, you know,
Yeah.
them kind of things.
Yeah. I get it. I get it completely. You're always challenging yourself, and
Exactly.
you're very critical of yourself.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah, I know what that is like. It's
Yeah.
it's a battle, an internal battle that at some point in time you need to find that balance to say, listen, it's okay to not be perfect.
Perfect. That's true. I think that's an artist thing, you know, like
Yeah,
that's just an art thing. Every artist is like has that perfectionist thing about them,
yeah, because
you know.
you want it perfect all the time. You want that perfect thing. You want that perfect sound. You want that perfect
Yeah.
verse. You want that perfect syncopation, whatever it is.
Mm.
That perfect collab. But sometimes it is the okay one to you
Yeah.
that everybody else finds to be perfect for them.
That's true.
And
That's true. I agree with that.
it is taking yourself out of the equation just for a moment and letting the inspiration flow through you. Just be the vessel.
Mm.
Just be the vessel and just put out. And what you get is what you're supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I needed that. Thank you. Bro. I needed that, yo. You know what I mean? Yeah.
don't worry, it's
Nah, for
recorded.
real,
You don't have to write it down. It's recorded.
I'm gonna remember it. Yo. That was good.
Yeah,
You know
much
what I mean?
respect. Now, for a while now, since we met, I don't even remember how it was that we met, but since we met, you've been sending me
I
some.
remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
All right, well, you can remind me.
That was at Crave Lounge. We met at Crave Lounge. We played there. I don't know if you were there when we played, but I know when we were leaving, we met in the parking lot.
We were
You know what I mean? And
outside reasoning, but who was with us?
Vinny, I think.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I never forget faces, and for some reason, like, and you know, just cause like, yeah, like we stayed in touch after, and we did an
Right.
interview before, so
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, like I remember that. I remember when I met you, and I remember that we're both Scorpios.
There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop energy, you know?
Big ups to the great Vinny Hamilton. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Have to.
So I've been getting some tunes from you, and it's a nice flow of vibes, and you know, some tunes like "You Go Girl" and some more recent ones like "Too Legit." I'm reading off my list of tracks over here on my music computer. There's one special one here, "Number One."
Ah,
What was it like doing "Number One"? How did that come together, though?
so that was during the pandemic. Um, yeah, I mean, and for those that don't know, like I've been pretty much isolated this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really go out like
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
Like you know, so I've been just working on music. And you know, I'm like, yo, my dad needs a new tune, yo. We need some new music. Um, so I pretty much just found the rhythm. Shout out to 77 Beats from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I found the rhythm. You know, did the business, whatever. Wrote to it, and then I sent it to my dad and see what he thought of it because I wrote it with my dad in mind. Like the song is pretty much the whole thing is if you listen like it's almost like we're giving advice. Like I always get asked, like, or he gets asked when he does interviews, like, what advice would you give to artists coming up in the game, like young artists?
Right. Right.
So like these things that are in the song is actually things he's taught me about music. So I'm pretty much it's pretty much a song about like the advice my father has given me through the years for music, and I put it in the song form for him to sing, and I did a verse on it, like pretty much just saying what I learned, like you know what I mean.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
yeah, so that's like the concept of the song.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, doing a collab with your dad, most awesome feeling ever, or it just sat on par with the Whalers.
Yeah, try. Yeah, try and stew the pot, Kevin. No, I mean, doing a track with the Whalers is definitely like one of those full circle things. Because, like I said, my father, you know, opened up for the Whalers in '75 with Bob Marley.
Right.
Right. Family Man is actually like related to me in a way. So like that.
Yeah.
It's a cool like full circle thing. So I definitely like it's one of those like up there. It's
Yeah.
definitely like
I get you.
one of the best things that I've done so far. But and actually number one is not the first time that my dad and I collab. We have a song called Brown Eyes that was out years ago. It's like a reggae song. Hey, brown eyes, I really want to get to know ya so I can show ya my love, my love. Like, yeah, like we perform it live, you know?
I do have that one in my catalog.
Yeah, we are working on a new one.
Oh, okay,
okay. Yeah. But that was out before, so that was my first time collabing with my dad, and like that pretty much was a great like I don't know, it was a great feeling. And the same thing with number one, like but number one I was like more excited in a way because it meant a lot more. Like the meaning behind the song meant something really special to me. Yeah, so that was like definitely one of those top moments.
Yeah, I get it. I asked you earlier to touch on some of the not to be shy and just call out some names of some of the people that you've been working with since you've been exposed to the industry.
Well, yeah, like the Whalers. We got my father. Work with Roy G. Shout out to Roy G, local artist. Soul Star. Nico Allen, Yendi Songbird, Vinnie Hamilton. Yeah, man. Maurice Gregory and I put out a song over the pandemic, When You Need Me.
Yes.
Produced by Ryan and J Vibe, mix and master. You know, shout out to B Will, J Vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's off the top of my head. Like I don't know, it's like just escaping me. But yeah, like that's pretty much what I can think of, you know, right now. But because I just been working, man. Like I got another artist I'm collabing with out of Orlando, Connor Keem, Mashup Reggae, who did the Too Legit. They did Love Whistle. Yeah. So, you know, just keeping it moving.
That means that there's some more stuff to come. in the near future, because since you've been sitting in the house pretty much quarantined, and the front door is a whole new experience for you. It's like foreign when you yeah, well, I have to make sure my documents right. I go into the front door, go check the mail, so we can expect to see some new things coming out from you. Before we bounce out of here, people, y'all can catch a bit of an in-depth chit chat with Paul Anthony and Pat Satchmo with G Cole. Search for that. You can find that on Homegrown with G Cole. You can
G Cole.
You can
Big
search
up,
for it
G.
and find
Big
it.
up.
Yeah, man. Big up to G all the time.
Yeah, man. Family.
I met G Cole when he was with Raps and Kush.
Okay.
Before he decided to sit in a chair with a mic, he was standing on a stage with a mic.
Nice.
So we go way back, and I love to see the progress that
one
he's
of,
made.
One of G Cole's songs was one of the only times that I was brought to tears. One of his songs.
Which one?
It's called "Imperfect People."
Yo,
it like brought tears in my eyes, yo. Like,
listen,
wicked.
And I tell
wicked
you,
song.
One of the I just played that just this week. I was playing that tune.
I love that song. I told him, yo, it's better than "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran, yo. Like,
a lot of people don't listen. I tell people all the time, but I tell them one-on-one. I said, listen, this is some of the people that I know. Not because them know me, don't take them simple. Right? And I just leave it right there, and I let them go marinate on that. But G Cole, that tune, wicked. Another tune that is up there like that for me, as the content goes, is a tune by Code Red Band, called "Unconditionally."
Okay.
And
I think I would have to I had their album. I was listening to like
Bobby Rose did,
but like I'd have to refresh.
Yeah, Bobby Rose did lead vocals on that tune.
Wicked singer, yo.
Yeah.
Wicked singer.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Worked with him many times. Like, see, like when I work with Bobby Rose, I only want to focus on the DJ parts. Because I can't see like that. Yo, like that when I work with Bobby Rose, then my DJ part can shine now. Like,
yeah.
Nobody can sing now.
So,
you know what I mean?
Wait, and as you say that, who are some of the people that you look forward to just the thought of having the opportunity to work with them? Who are some of the people that you would love to work with?
Yeah, I have my sights set on like, some of my inspirations in the music, like Barrington Levy, Sean Paul, Junior Gong, any of the Marleys, like,
right.
But yeah, anybody really. Like, honestly, I'm open to working with anybody who, loves music like me, takes it serious,
right.
From a business standpoint, and like, just that I mean, we have to like each other's vibes and thing, but I love working with new people. Like, that's all I've been doing this whole time during the pandemic. So
nice, making connections.
Yeah.
Nice. I look forward to some of them new things coming out, because it seems like some you have some things up your sleeve that you just can't wait to drop them, but you're going to just hold off just a little bit.
See, you knew, because I think it's that Scorpio. You knew that because of that, like.
Yeah, I know.
Could tell.
I know. We don't have to talk all the time for me to know these things, Big ups to you, Penny Trowers. Big ups to you, Penny. Maurice, enough love. Hope, enough love to you, Hopi. Some people chiming in on the Facebook Live. Fastbookers, listen, I'm going to bounce some.
I'm not on there. Is that Maurice? That's my stepdad, I think, Maurice Walker.
Yeah. Shout
out to Maurice Walker. Wicked producer, songwriter, artist as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wicked.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just a musical family, so Yeah.
You,
I have him. I have him hit you up too. You know, just
yeah, we need to talk. You see,
yeah,
Scorpio connection, brethren. I don't even have to say
yeah,
a
yeah.
word. You know how it go.
But him in a December, but him close. You know what I mean? So
No,
you know.
what about you and me? I don't even have to say it, you know.
Oh, oh. Yeah, yeah.
So, before we bounce out and I get to feature, we're going to take a hard break at the top of the hour, and then when we come back, I'm going to feature some Paul Anthony tunes. You can jump into the Reggae Global chat room, interact with the people there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Where can people find you? How can people link up with you? Social media, websites, where they can get your music, all that.
Mm. Well, right now I'm trying to drive more traffic to my Spotify, so I'm gonna put out my Spotify as Paul Anthony. There are a few Paul Anthonys out there because I guess it's a common name. But if you search for me, you'll see a photo of me. Now you know what I look like. So just search Paul Anthony. You could search like Day Off Paul Anthony, so that you know you see one of my songs, and just link with me over there. I also curate playlists over there with my music from South Florida artists, people that I've worked with, major artists. So, you know what I mean? Go check those out as well.
Right.
Also, you can check me on Instagram. I've been on Instagram, and I've been trying my thing at TikTok a little bit. It's Paul Anthony Reggae. You know,
I haven't done the
if you
TikTok
Google,
thing yet.
huh?
I haven't done the TikTok
Well,
thing yet, so more power to you.
yeah, I'm afraid of it, but you know what I'm saying? Yo, I have to jump in, but I have to just jump in, guys, you know?
Yeah,
Tune bust on TikTok, so yo, freak, man. We
that's
have
what
to just jump in.
that's what I hear. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You know, but you see,
Yeah.
I'm not an artist like that, so I don't have to worry about it. But you know,
Right.
so
So,
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
yeah.
but definitely your Spotify. Everybody,
Yes.
it's where you want people to go. You want them to go to your
Yeah, yeah,
Spotify,
yeah.
Paul Anthony.
Yes, please. Check it, you know what I mean? Follow me there.
Hmm.
Share. Appreciate the love, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, just so that you know, and you can tell your dad I'll toss in a couple of pot satchmos as I stew up the pot
Nice.
a little bit later on. You know,
Please, man.
that's right. So, much respect. Thank you for taking the time out to come and hang with us.
Always, man.
And don't be a stranger to the Reggae Global family, to the Foundation Reader Network family. You know,
I'm about to go meet the family right now.
yeah. It's all about interaction and the growth,
Yep.
the continued
Definitely.
growth, because we have to support each other through this thing. You know, nobody can get up and say, "Yo, here I am. This is me. I have arrived." You can't get there unless you have some people carrying you along the way. So you better respect
Exactly.
and recognize. And
Exactly.
so I truly appreciate love you taking the time out to hang out with us. You mentioned a band when we started off.
Hmm.
What is that band?
When I started off,
No, when we started talking tonight, you mentioned your band.
yeah,
Does that
that's
band
the
have a
Reggae
name?
Soldiers.
Say it again so that people can hear it.
The Reggae Soldiers.
And how the soldier spell.
SOULJAHS. Reggae Soldiers. Paul Anthony and the Reggae Soldiers.
Okay. Just so that people
Yeah.
know, you know, because I don't want anybody to say, but Kevin, you didn't say anything about this. Stu, what kind of thing that? Understand.
Yeah, the Reggae Soldiers coming back hard in 2021. You know what I mean? Later this year.
Looking
Look a while.
forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. You know?
All right. So, Bridget, I'm going to play a Paul Anthony tune, and I want you to choose the tune. I have Runway, Mr. Misleader, Victorious, Old Me, Love Hurts, Day Off, You Go Girl, Feel the Rhythm, Too Legit, When You Need Me, which is a big tune with Maurice. I love that tune. I can't tell you how I love that tune, Paul.
Run it, brother.
All right. So be it. Introduce it. I need you to introduce it, Bridget.
Oh, me?
Yeah, man,
sorry.
you.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Yeah, this is one called When You Need Me, and it's featuring Maurice Gregory, produced by Impact Drums, B Will, mixed mastered by J Vibe. Yeah, I mean, when you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if we don't talk all the while, I still care for you. Run it.
Much respect, Paul. I'm gonna bounce off of this before Fastbook kick us off of this.
Sometimes I just go through my own things, you know, and I get
Up to the top of the hour, this is the tune that is gonna carry us until the break on Reggae Global Radio, ClintonLindsay.com Foundation Radio Network. Don't worry yourself, I'm going to pull up the tune several times. Paul, much love.
Yeah.
We will talk, brethren.
Respect. Thank you.
Alright, take care.
I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, it don't mean I don't care.